Yeah, it's gonna be a long series for sure, honestly, because of how the history of both of these teams. So right now, Boom versus BTR, you can see here the picks from both sides, and they are gonna be going into Hero's Gorge and are ready for this game number 1.
Right, let's get it started, my friends. At this point, I'm just curious, right? If you're Carl, do you want to go double down instead of just taking the Tazbors? Let's take some Azures or Crimson Golem from your opponent.
Yeah, I think he just wants to. I think it's gonna be hard for him to go play invade here, because even if you have like Tatsuri on your hands, it's gonna be hard for a level 1 Leon boat to just help you out, tank out the damage here. So he just wants to play it safe. And also game number 1, he wants to weigh his options first.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like this movement from Boom. This is a very fast-paced movement, right? Tatsui actually helping to secure the Spiketail Beast for the side of his team. At the same time, they need to stop Bao, who has already just completed it. But the true damage is if BTR gets this steal on the Fire Beacon at the bottom.
If they would be able to get this is going to be good for the team here. But Genmit is already body blocking it toward them, but no. It is Danny who still gets it.
Yo, this guy is special, man. I mean, okay, so we take a look at the last hits. Lan Feng and as well as Danny, I think they're pretty evenly matched in this farm lane matchup, right? Now, it's really down to the rotations of the other members across the board for Bigetron as well as Boom.
Yeah. Right now for Bigetron, this is where it gets scary, right? Compared to, I was about to say, compared to Carl, Zanke is a lot scarier. But that was scary because they got the first blood on top.
Oh, yes, they did. And that's going to be a huge mark of success, right? Bao, of course, hasn't hit level 4. That's one of the reasons he couldn't escape, even with the use of the sprint. So this is an ideal start for the side of Boom Esports. They need to capitalize and build on this, right? And this can come in the form of, just freezing the waves, especially on the top side.
Yeah, look at that. They are just gonna try their best to get something out of that. It was still in their board. Zanke was still able to get it and secure it for himself. Trying to pressure the mid lane here. This is what you really need to do, right? Get some economy, gold efficiency right here in the mid lane. They got the pushback on F1. Not gonna go for anything else.
Yeah, you can kind of tell what Carl wants to go for, right? At this point, they already have a advantage in the laning phase between Tatsuri and Genmith. This is more favored to Tatsuri because of the wave clear potential. But if you can force Genmith out of the lane even longer, that gives you an immense advantage. So we take a look at the instant replay because we kind of missed that one. And this is where they were caught. No level 4 yet for the side of Miggy, but the slow's just enough to get him down.
Okay. Yeah, just a double knockout together with the flash just to get closer is really good. And Carl was just there to finish. That's what he did. That's why they were able to get the kill. I thought it was such a great gank for the team, but, well, it is a kill.
Good kill, right? But right now, in terms of gold, it's a very slight, a very minuscule advantage, right? We need to see what else can Boom do, because you can get the advantage, but you need to not only hold it, you need to build upon it as well. And it looks like for this moment of time, Boom have identified that, look, Bao isn't the best in carrying the lane, especially when it's a 2v1 situation. So Bao is going to be consistently stuck in lane here.
Look at what they're doing here for Boom Esports. They're just constantly going for the pressure on the boards against BTR. Is playing it very clinical here for the team, and that's what you want to do. Just deny more resources from ZonQ. They clear this wave in the mid lane. Then they try to go for the Tyrant.
Yeah. Essentially, they keep locking the BDR players in lane, right? Bao is going to be stuck there. Lan Feng taking quite a bit of damage right before the 4-minute mark. Not ideal. At the same time, the fast wave clear from the side of Boom Esports in the middle lane allows them to start with a prio position for this 4-minute Tyrant.
Yeah. Right now, they're starting already 1-4 HP just from one rotation coming in from Tatsuri there. That's why it's an easy Tyrant for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was a soft guarantee already, right? They're winning the lanes, they got the first blood, so everything going in the favor of Boom. Now, Bigetron by Vitality. Right now, it's important that they don't make any big blunders at this point, right? Giving the life of Genmith or Lan Feng or even ZangQ is going to be a huge marker of success for the side of Boom.
I want to see when ZangQ hits that mark and where he would be able to just pop anybody on the side of Boom, especially Tatsuri. Tatsuri is going to be the biggest target that he could go for here, and he could definitely reach him if ever he wants.
Yeah, it's a big choice, right, for them, because at this point, you kind of have to choose. Do you want Tatsuri or do you want Danny? Which one is more important? Because you don't get that big burst on Danny for sure. You don't really have a lot of stuns coming in from Zankyu. In fact, he doesn't have any. Go.
Yeah, Emergence. They forced the Infinite Vastus already. The Tremor Smash was there just to stop them. No more legal immunity coming in from Lanfeng, so he has to force the Flash too.
Okay, this is a huge commitment by Boom. 5 members set down. Now, Bigetron, they have a chance to kind of make the waves work in their favor at this point. Looks like the call is Zankyu. He will do a solo take on the, 5.5 minute Overlord and BTR. They will secure it for themselves.
It's pretty scary, right, Tiny? Remember, Ball is also in the area here. So with that, they might be able to go for the dive. Good thing that Annihilation didn't hit. Ball is still staying in that area. He might be looking for Danny later on, but no, he's just gonna go away.
That was a nice sidestep by the side of the story, right? Understanding that, hey, there is a potential Annihilation coming in, and for him to have a great understanding. This is a good start, right? It shows you the mentality of the Boom players. They understand what the opponents are thinking.
Oh no. Ball. Sees draw. Could go for Danny. Doesn't have the flash. That is going to be perfect. Going to push him forward. And he's back on the enemy team, and he's dead for sure. Ball, that patience was well rewarded in the end.
Beautiful trade coming in from the side of Bigetron on that first blood given away by Bao. Unfortunately, that was a forced error. Now, shutting down Danny at this early part of the game is definitely going to be beneficial for Lanfeng. Buys him a little bit more time to secure more farm, right? Pretty sure he's going to try and rush the wave clear here and make sure they get the initial rotation towards other lanes to share the gold and EXP as well.
Yeah. For now, as we're seeing right here, they're using the emergence right down on bot lane just to force the pressure here. Have to clear the waves, and mid lane could be a potential target because Zankyu is in the area. Gets the proc onto the Staff of Reverberation, so they know that he's there. So Zankyu needs to back off, but Carl, everybody Chase has to slow. They're not going to continue.
Look, the amount of time they bought for Lanfeng, the damage on the T1 at the bottom, this is huge so far. So this is their way of recovering on the side of BTR, but Lanfeng is at danger, at risk as well.
Wow. Use the Sprightling boost already. They have a lot of people here. Ball is also teleporting in. That's enough to just eject people away.
They recognize this potential situation. F1 forced the dash away, doesn't have to use his flash at this point. They're kind of feeling the space out on Boom's jungle, and this means Lanfeng gets free damage on the T1 again. This is going to be a freebie here.
Yeah, that's going to be a free tower for sure. There's nothing here for them to not get. BTR is just going to get the tower here, just leaving the minions right there. Zankyu is just going to be in the area, trying to push a tower on the top side, but Zankyu is there to cover.
Yeah, I like the patience here. Not only does he make the defense, it also increases his farm. Right now, Zankyu is about 1 level ahead of Carl. At the same time, if we take a look at across the board, this advantage is only balanced out by the fact that Miggy, because he got that double take onto Bao on that first blood, there is going to be a level advantage for him.
What a combo coming in from Gen Myth, half HP on Danny. He's going to force the Infinite Vastus for now. Zankyu's already at the back, and this will force Boom away. They're trying. Ball is zoning everyone. A 1v5 right there in Dan, and that is enough for them to take the Tyrant.
Yeah, beautiful work, right? Bigetron definitely has learned from their Kagendra counterparts in IK out here, trying to play this macro game. And Boom did get destroyed by the way that Kagendra played the map in the previous series. BTR not going to be as clinical in finding that success because Boom has definitely learned their lesson, but quite a bit of damage onto Danny. He does use the flash as well.
The patience from Ball has been so good because it forced the flash away, and Danny almost got hit too, so that is very scary. So for now, that has been great. They have been punishing Danny whenever he uses the Infinite Vastus, force the flash away, then they go for like a do-over. Then they get the kill on Danny.
Yeah, this is very important because at this point of time, if you take a look, yes, top farm is Zankyu, but the difference between Lanfeng as well as Danny is closing into about 1,000 gold right now.
Yeah, that's massive. This is not good, especially for a farm player. And Lanfeng has been present in almost all of the fights that we've seen a while ago. And look at Ball, right there against Draw, just holding each other accountable. Just getting pushed back, but no damage is gonna come through.
I mean, they understand that Danny's ult is still not up yet, right? This is one of the critical plays. Of course, Danny has just gotten the cooldown reset. He's gonna have his infinite fastness at this point. So Bigetron, they want to play the map a little bit more until they can force abilities out. Gen Myth in a little bit of a pinch, but he should be fine. Now, this is the real challenge. 10-minute Shadow variant Tyrant.
Have HP already on the Tyrant.
nice stun.
Q is ready on the trigger. What a stun! And the damage coming in from Lanfang with them losing one member. That's enough for them to start. Carl is going to get pushed back with a Raging Sleeve. Flash and just Danny together with it. And that's it. Carl is also going to fall. They're going to go for the next. Hero play coming from Miggy. He's going to kill one. But at what cost? They lose 4 members in the process.
Yeah, the Red Robots strike hard on this one. They get the 10-minute Shadow variant, and Tatsuri is in danger, being chased down now.
Yeah, in trouble. One more dash. That's it. Dash gonna be
that's
there. Force the Splendor. And Zanq, that is almost an unofficial ace actually from BTR.
Yes, a staggered ace, if you will. And at this point, this opens up quite a few doors for the side of BTR. Of this, they will take advantage of number 1, getting quite a bit of damage on T1 in the mid, but also securing the Azure for Lanfang. Now T1 has been secured in the mid. Boom, find themselves at the back of a very difficult position here. This is a 4,000 gold advantage going to the side of Bigetron.
Yeah, Ball has been very phenomenal here for the team, and F1's engages with the Raging Sea has been such a bummer here for Boom, because they're having such a hard time positioning themselves on the team fights because of the displacements that BTR has been doing.
Yes, and this is all due to the itemization coming on from F1 as well, right? He does have the frigid charge, so he is able to soak in quite a bit of damage. Now with the Primal Bond taking, being out of effect, BTR now can start to work on the Shadow Overlord, and this is going to cost Boom Esports quite a bit of trouble here. They may get the Crimson secure, but once you have to clear that singular lane that Bigetron is going to throw the Shadow Overlord down at, Boom will find themselves in a very tight spot.
Yeah, and the wave on the bot lane is already pushing, so that's going to be a free tower because of that Shadow Vanguard pressure that they have on the top side. So that's it. Ball is going to be taking it together with the mid tower, so BTR is winning on all fronts.
They take the T2 on the bottom as well, thanks to Bao. This split push maneuver from the side of Bigetron by Vitality working out to perfection. Boom Esports now find themselves behind by even more gold, 6,000.
Having such a hard time there. Shadow Vanguard, all the waves are coming in together, so they have to sacrifice one place, but the top side, that is where they're going to be bolstering most of their defenses. Carl needs to be the wall in front just so the wave is not going to come in. Have some damage coming through, but the tower is still going to fall. Very healthy on everybody. Carl even used the ultimate. He's getting pushed back. Doesn't have the ultimate anymore. So this is not good. Gonna go to the backline. Tremor Smack comes in from draw. Are they gonna be able to get the kill? No. Nothing is happening in their favor. They got the Truth Match on Ball, but Ball survives and Miggy falls with that. Right now, they still have a lot of HP. They can still play around this, but the mid tower cannot. And now, Boom just lost that battle.
Beautiful synergy coming in from the side of Bigetron by Vitality. Gen Myth saving on teams with his Matrix as well. The creation blocks doing a lot of work to block off Danny's escape. And with that, this is going to be a 7-2 kill score. It's not the highest kill score game, but with that, they have managed to wrestle one T3 at the top. The T3 in the mid is practically non-existent at this point. It's going to be a 6,000 gold lead steal for the side of Bigetron by Vitality.
Yeah, Bigetron has been pretty good at playing like this, right? Because they've been very good at holding themselves accountable for the macro parts of the game, in where they clear the wave first before they go in for the fight. And now because of that, they're being rewarded. They get the Tyrant, the tower on the top side, rather the minions on the top side are going to be pushing together with the speed that Lanfang is going to be pushing these minions on the bot lane.
I mean, that's why they're called the Red Robots, right? Everything working like clockwork at this point. The next buff that they're gonna go and take is going to be the Azure Golem that has been opened there. Boom cannot go for that. F1, once again, take a look at what he's doing. The value, he's just soaking the damage for free. He's gonna be healthy at this point.
Very tanky. Pops a redemption. He's gonna be going, rather Radiance. Now they have the tower even in the bot lane. Boom Esports have a naked base.
This is Mega Minions on board for the side of the red robots here. Bigetron start off clean. This is now an 8,000 gold lead going on to the 15-minute mark here. One big team fight might cost Boom the game here.
Yeah, what's crazy about this though is that the game is looking like this was all planned, and Boom wasn't just able to answer with anything. Right now, BTR gonna go and try for the finish. Onto the backline, F1 tried, but it's not gonna work out. With a Virgin Charge and the Tremor Smash, got the stun on the backline. But are they gonna be able to find any kills? No, not yet. Zonky was able to find one. They're gonna go for the chase down. They don't have any minions anymore. Minions are close, but the protection is still there. They have the push in Miggy. Everybody's super low, but minions are now down, and Miggy surviving for now. The minions are coming in, and the game is not yet over. They're trying their best. Low HP on Zonky. Carl is gonna push back the minions for now, but Carl cannot even get close. Danny, look at that. The minions can't even get close. What a good play from Boom. They're still surviving. Tremor Smash gonna come in, and they will survive another day because 10 seconds, it's Tatsuri coming in.
Big survival skills coming in from the side of Boom Esports. Wonderful. At this point, this was a crystal clean defense coming in, which means BTR, they need to buy a little bit more time. But the advantage is still very much in their favor. They're going to have their hands free on this Shadow Overlord.
Yeah, they were trying their best to survive that, and they were able to do so. But they just bought themselves some time, because with the Shadow Vanguard is going to be coming out. Towers are still very healthy on the side of BTR, so they need like 1 or 2 big clashes for them to end this. And it's hard because BTR is not going to give that to them.
For sure. Boom Esports, they probably need like what, 4 or 5 more waves to make this a good defense. None of them have hit that 6-slotted itemization yet, right? With the exception of maybe Carl at this point. But they need the Sage's Sanctuary. They need extra lives at this point, because Bigetron, they have the Mega Minions. They can play the absolute cleanest macro game at this point.
Yeah. Right now, they have to be very careful in how they play this. They shouldn't let any of the minions get close. Zonky is just trying to poke them out and just dashing away after getting the damage, forcing them back in their base.
Yeah, it's all about the backdoor protection at this point, right? Because you have Lanfeng, who's just consistently poking from afar. Right now, they want to go.
Things are here. Raging Sea got 3 on the back line, but they're going to go with their own. And they got the stun right there, and then Draw still stays alive. Everybody's right here, but Draw is going to be pulled back on cue with the Sage's Sanctuary is going to be down. Do they have the minions? No, but they have the emergency in front. They're losing every member, and that's it. BTR takes game 1.
IKL strike first in this best of 7. Bigetron, the red robots have found success, and they really did it